Jess, have you done Reiki? No, okay, no worries, that's fine. I just know. Just ask the question so I know I can explain things
Jess, have you
properly.
done Reiki?
Thank you.
Oh wait, sorry, that's okay.
No, okay, no worries, that's fine.
YouTube.
Just know. Just ask the question so I know I can explain things. Jess, have you done Reiki?
Okay, fantastic. Technology overload. Okay, I'm going to go on speaker here. Okay, that's it. Okay, so today's class is going to be around the throat chakra and the thyroid gland. So I've been tuning into the sessions recently when we've done little bits of throat work, and I've noticed that a lot of students keep asking for more throat work, and every time we touch on it a little bit, they still feel heaviness around it. And so I thought a full session just focusing on that one area would really benefit everybody. So I've kind of mixed up a few of my classes, so all exercises just focusing on the throat stuff. So we're going to be using some Reiki techniques, some visualizations, and then also looking at the anatomy side of it. So we're going to be looking at the endocrine system part, the thyroid, and how that works. So we're going to be tuning in into all these elements while we're doing the work. So we're just focusing where the healing happens. And then we're going to be bringing in the crystal as well. So I will talk you through how to cleanse it and to program it and empower it to do the work on the throat. And then we'll finish up with some free radical healing. So I've started to integrate this practice. I did a class using this technique a couple of weeks ago, and I just thought it's quite a good way of like one step before grounding is to actually tune into the free radicals that are produced during healing, to clear those, and tying it in with the lymphatic drainage system. And then we'll see how we get on with time by that point, but I just want to just do a quick chakra balance, and then we'll finish with a grounding at the end. So that's just a quick summary of what we're hoping to achieve today. Not hoping, what we will achieve today. Let me just get a crystal so I can guide you all through it. Okay, let's begin, right? So let's start by taking our gaze inwards, tuning in to our breath. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Just releasing any heaviness or any excess energy we might have accumulated from today. And just really let release on the exhale, just really let everything go, clear all the breath from the lungs. And start to elongate that exhale breath to just start to control our heart rhythm and our breathing to let us get in a nice balanced state for the session. feel you're becoming more relaxed and in sync with your breath, just go to a nice even flow and maintain in through the nose, out through the mouth. And if at any point through the session your mind wanders or you see your gaze come away from the present moment, just remember to come back to the breath and just begin with in and out and then start to focus again. And the breath is important as we do this energy work, as it helps move the prana and the flow of energy and the chi around the body. Okay. So those people who are Reiki initiates, you start doing the invocations and bringing in your intention and your guides and protection. And for the rest of us, I will guide us through this process and I will do the calling in, and I've already set up the protection. So don't worry, I've got you. Okay, so if we start to imagine around our body, we have our energy field. And at the top of this energy field, we have a funnel, an inlet for energy above our crown. So we just visualize and have the intention around this. Every breath we take in, all this amazing universal life force energy, which is freely abundant and at our disposal around us in the atmosphere at all times. As we take a breath in, just visualize the energy coming into the crown. Visualize your crown as a lotus flower. Imagine it has 1,000 petals, and these 1,000 petals act as our receiver for bringing in this energy. So imagine the energy coming in through the funnel at the top, activating the crown chakra. Visualize those petals lighting up and glistening with energy as they absorb this universal life force energy. And then take your awareness to the third eye. Just imagine this energy moving into the third eye, which is purple. The crown is white, the purple is the third eye. And as it comes and activates the third eye, just imagine the energy coming in from the crown to the third eye. And then moving down, and we take our awareness to our throat chakra, which is blue. Imagine the energy connecting into the throat chakra. And then taking our awareness, and as we move this energy down with our awareness and our intention, take your attention to your heart chakra, which is in the center of the chest. We place our hands in Namaste Mudra at our heart chakra, drawing this energy into the heart chakra, creating this circuit with the universal life force, crown to third eye, to throat, to heart. As the energy is building up in our heart chakra, with our intention and internal will and guidance, imagine and visualize the energy splitting and coming down each of our shoulders, moving down our biceps and triceps, coming into our forearms, and collecting this energy in between our hands as it comes out of the chakras in our palms and our fingertips. Every pore, every micron of our skin has this energy flowing out. Rub your hands together just to create some kinetic energy and charge here, to really activate and tuning into our hands. And just hold in your mind that visualization of that circuit from crown to heart to hands. And just know that this energy is building up between our palms. You may feel heat or pressure. And all we need is intention and trust in this process. As we will it and as we intend it, it will happen. And then just bring a slight 1-inch gap between the two palms. Just have them floating with a gap between. And in Reiki, this is called Gasho meditation, which means the coming of two hands. And it's a warm-up, start-up procedure for a Reiki session to activate the hands. And just in the same way synapse works in the brain, our two hands are acting as each halves of a synapse, and the energy will jump from side to side through this air gap. Start to see and intend the energy to build into a ball of power, ball of healing energy in between our palms. Remember to keep the breath flow in the background, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just always have that going on automatically. And then start to add another inch and another inch. Slight micro movements in and out just to test to see if we can feel any pressure or energy building up there. Really tuning in as hard and as intently as we can to the surface of our palms. See in our mind's eye the surface of the skin here. Really taking our focus to the palm surface. Connecting our hands and our heart together. And just keep the gaps incrementally increasing as we build up this energy ball. See this energy ball as green light, which is regenerative from our heart, or see it as pure white light, or see it as rainbow light, whichever you feel pulled towards. And just keep the butt gap increasing incrementally, inch by inch. And just slight micro movements, just testing the pressure, the force and the resistance. Just moving our hands wider and wider, increasing the size of this energy ball. We'll keep moving till we get to a football, basketball size. A nice, large chi ball. The two hands may act as two opposing magnets, so the same kind of feeling and pushback that we get when we put two opposite magnets together. And so the two same magnets. And keep increasing till we get a nice ball size. Each breath, more energy is flowing into this ball. We can literally imagine as we breathe out, we are breathing energy into this ball as well. Okay, once we've got a nice sized ball, we're going to embed and absorb this into our third eye chakra to empower and activate it for all of our healing today, as we're using visualizations to help our inner eye, our inner vision be our ally today. And slowly taking your hands up towards the third eye chakra, which is just between the eyes above the brow line. Okay, and then just checking in again and testing the pressure. And if we can't feel the pressure, it's fine, it will be there. Just trust that the energy is collected there with your intention. And then take your hands towards the third eye and place it on your forehead, palms on your forehead, fingertips just going over the scalp. And just imagine this ball of light being absorbed into the third eye. Just carrying it in and doing a few more collective wafting sensational moves just to collect any energy that may be left hanging in the air. Just collecting all of that goodness in. And then when you're ready, just pressing your hands onto your forehead, taking our attention to the third eye chakra. And we can add to this by physically taking our eyes upwards. With our eyes closed, just move your eyes as if you're looking upwards towards your third eye. Just drawing all that attention there. Just visualize the third eye as a glowing, rotating, pulsating, vibrating purple orb of energy. And just see all of that goodness going in, all of that pure white light or rainbow light being absorbed into your third eye. Remembering to just check in with the breath as well to keep that even flow of it in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice and steady. With our attention fixed at the third eye. Seeing that purple orb of energy, our third eye chakra, activating. Okay, just a couple more breaths here. Just imagine us charging up the third eye. See it becoming brighter purple, truer purple. Visualize it expanding and vibrating more and more. See it rotating faster and faster. Okay, excellent. Okay, and now we will slowly slide our hands down to the throat chakra. And with this, we're taking our attention and we're moving that energy down into the throat chakra. And so the throat chakra, you have a couple of different positions here, whichever are comfortable. You can have your hands resting on the collarbone area with your fingertips going over. Or there's another one like that with your palms over on the collarbone is fine, like so. The throat chakra has quite a wide circumference, whichever is comfortable, and you can switch through the positions as you feel fit through the sessions to just try and see what any difference makes. Okay, and tuning into the throat chakra now, and seeing that and visualize that energy coming down from the third eye, that purple energy that we've stored up and activated. Just see that purple energy flowing down, connecting into the throat chakra. The throat chakra is blue, so see that purple, indigo, blue colours joining together, intertwining, intermingling. And take your focus on the throat chakra and see that blue orb. And imagine and visualize it, say, as dark blue. Visualize the energy leaving your hands and moving into the throat chakra. And as this is happening, see the chakra turning from dark blue to bright, brilliant blue. And those darker elements we can say are the trapped heavy energies, any environmental toxins, or any traumatic events we may have experienced in our lifetime or our past lives, to do with our voice and our expression. See those darker elements, those heavy elements, see them as a dark or grey colour, see those dissolving as the energy is absorbed from our hands into this area. And as that darkness drifts away and dissolves, we're just seeing more and more clearer, truer, brilliant blue. You start to visualize it expanding as the energy is absorbed, and as those darker elements, heavier elements start to fizzle and dissolve away, start to see it expanding, start to feel it rotating. Tune into the vibration of the frequency which it's set at. Really tuning into the blue, becoming truer and cleaner. And then just gently lifting our hands off and coming into the field around our throats. So just what's ever comfortable, there's a couple of positions, just holding your hands in front of your throat like that or like this. We're just going to work in the layers around the throat chakra. Some energies, some heavinesses or trapped energy can also reside in the layers surrounding us. Just always have that intention of the energy and visualize the energy leaving your hands, being absorbed into this blue vortex, which is our throat chakra. And you can do those slight micro movements, just moving in and out, just to test and see if we can feel any pressures or any heavinesses there. Just as we're doing this, we're soothing, just giving our intention and love in all these layers. Just tuning into anything that may come up, any binges or muscle spasms or any tightness. Just all signs of work is happening and occurring and things are shifting. Okay, and then start to slowly move your hands outwards. And just tuning in to that we're healing in each layer in our biofield related to the throat chakra. Just slowly increasing the distance and taking your hands further and further away. And just go as far as comfortable, just nice and slowly, just so you're giving a chance to weave through each layer and clear each layer as your hand goes through. And remember, I've said before, the layers which are closer to the body hold more immediate, present heaviness. And as we're working our way outwards, it's related to more in the past. And as we go to the edges of our field, it's related to our childhood and birth. So just know that we're working on the throat in all times of our life. And just sending love and healing vibration to all those moments in time where our throat chakra may have been impacted. On the quantum level, we have the ability to tap into those different times. And just keep going till you can comfortably have your arms fully stretched. With the knowledge that our field that we can comprehend and work with is as far as our limbs will take us. And then when you get as far as you can, just pause there for a moment and see the connection between your hand and all these layers in between and your throat chakra. And just see that pure energy coming out of our hands, flying through all those layers, clearing and dissolving any heaviness or any trapped traumatic energies, healing any tears or any inflammation, any kind of dis-ease that may reside there. And just start to bring your hands slowly back in. Just always tuning into the blue chakra, becoming bluer and bluer, clearer and clearer. That's it, slowly working your way back. And then when we get to, say, an inch away, still hovering, but fairly close, working on the first layer, which we can say is the very present, immediate timeline. And just what we'd like you to try here is just add a rotation, rotating your palms and hands anti-clockwise around the throat chakra. And with this rotation, have the intention and the visualization and trust that we're adding rotational energy to the throat chakra. The anti-clockwise is just so we're unraveling any of these third dimensional blockages or heaviness. And we choose to break free of these timelines and the impact it has with our throat chakra. And just seeing in our mind's eye the blue orb, the blue chakra, rotating and following our hands as it spins, as we add the spin to its vortex. Okay, excellent, excellent. And then, as we've done an extra part of healing there with the rotation, through this rotation it might have spun off things that which don't need to be there anymore. So what we're going to do is bring in a plucking technique. So people from the classes before will remember the plucking technique. And I will talk us through this again. So start in that first layer, just hovering above the throat chakra, outside the throat chakra. And we are going to use this plucking technique. And just imagine we're plucking these heavy energies which reside in all these layers, as if we're playing strings of a violin, just tweaking the sound vibration, the frequencies, and removing any of those things which we've just spun off in our rotational healing, and just pluck outwards again as far as your hands can take you. And as we pluck outwards, and as we come back on the return, plucking again. And just tuning in as you're moving through there, if anything is lighting up for you. If your hands or your body is picking up on something, if there's an area which you feel that there's a bit more heaviness here, just give that bit more time and attention and just do some more plucking just in that one spot. Just clearing it. Because the chakras emulate energy in all directions, not just inwardly, they are going outwards in 360 directions. So we are still working on the throat chakra even though we are far away from the body. So working within the field as well as the throat chakra itself. Excellent, excellent. Okay, and then we can also do either side as well. And at this initial stage, we're just working generally. We will hone in more around the characteristics and elements the throat has, but just at this first session, we're just doing a first level cleaning and healing. And so from the side, same principle, two hands either side, and just imagine the energy of the throat spanning outwards across each shoulder and just plucking through those layers. And you can tune into if anything comes up which is different from the left and the right. because I will go through the next part of it where the thyroid has two halves to it, and so due to that anatomy, the throat chakra also has two sides to it. Okay, and if you feel that one hand isn't enough, move over, use the two hands on the side. Just keep our focus at the throat chakra, seeing that blue orb in our mind's eye, just so we'll be tuning into it. And keeping our focus there will help us feel into it and see if anything comes up that needs our attention. The body will try and give us some kind of communication and feedback around what we're doing. And if anything, like throat clearances or coughing that comes up, that's all good. Okay. And then just start from the outside where we finished. And just bringing our hands with our palms and fingers tightly closed together. Just bringing them back to the throat chakra. Just harmonizing and clearing anything that may still be here. And bring it all the way back in. And then same with the front. Moving our hands outwards, faced out, push outwards, a little bit like a Tai Chi movement. And then turning when we get to the edge, palms facing us, slowly moving back in. Just collecting and connecting the energy back in. And then just repeat that one more time. Do the sides again. Do the front, hands facing outwards, push outwards. Hands facing towards us, bringing them back in. Just always reconnecting all those layers back to our throat. And then bring your hands back to a comfortable position around the throat. You can switch up if your arms get tired in one place. You can always relax your arms and just go. You can have them on the collarbones or maintain actual throat physical touch, whatever is comfortable, because with the guidance and the intelligence of the energy, it will go where it's needed and with where our intention intends it to go. Okay, so now we're going to move to working within the gland here, which is a part of the endocrine system, which is our chakra system is connected to, which is the thyroid gland. Okay, so just tuning in to the anatomy of the thyroid. Okay, and I've got a picture. I did have a picture. I've lost it now. Yes, so you can see the thyroid. It's like a toroidal little drum. And you see it has two halves, two sides. It almost looks like a little infinity loop. Yeah. Okay, so just imagine the thyroid gland as this, almost like an inner bow tie, the way it looks, the shape of it. So just hands where it's comfortable around the throat area. And just visualize the thyroid gland, taking our gaze through the skin, through the bone, and just imagine us flying through our anatomy and seeing in front of us our thyroid gland. This drum-like, double-sided piece of equipment. So this thyroid gland, it governs our jaw, our throat, our faculty of hearing. All of this is connected in this center here. Communication sensors, speaking of one's truth or expression of our creativity, and also the heaviness and physical ailments which can happen to the thyroid are when we do not express ourselves, or we hold back from saying or speaking our mind. Every time we hold back our expression, that action has a particular electromagnetic frequency. And that frequency is in opposition to the frequency which it vibrates at. So that electromagnetism can stagnate, and that can cause defects or ailments to occur and inflammation to occur. So as we tune in to the thyroid, just imagine the energy coming out of our hands. And we can always connect up our circuit again before bringing in that energy. Just imagine the funnel, the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, coming out of our arms into our palms, and the energy coming back into the throat. And just see that thyroid gland absorbing this pure universal life force energy. Healing it, activating it, clearing any inflammation, any of that stagnant electromagnetic frequency from all those times we didn't speak as we should have done. Clearing away. And so another part of the thyroid here, just keep tuning into the healing even as I speak, keeping our gaze inwards, and just keep that vision of working on that gland. And as I speak, you can just take some of the essences to help you focus on what we're working on. So the two halves of the thyroid can be seen as the thyroid and the parathyroid. These two parts, as the thyroid is almost split into two halves. And these two, thyroid and parathyroid, their balance is crucial. And when they come out of balance, issues arise as they govern our metabolism, our growth and development of the body, regulation of many body functions, by constantly releasing a steady amount of thyroid hormones into the bloodstream. So this gland is working constantly. It's working for us and our benefit 24/7, releasing these crucial hormones, thyroxine, which is T3, and triiodothyronine, T4. So just in these two halves, imagine a little symbol floating around that says T3. And then on the other side, imagine the symbol that says T4. Just sending our energy to the parts of our thyroid gland which create these hormones and secrete these hormones, and which give balance to the regulation of our metabolism and growth of the body. And just see equal numbers of T3 and T4. The parathyroid is also working on controlling low calcium within the blood and bones. It's very important for our growth from the bones outwards. And just seeing the thyroid gland taking that energy, balancing out the hormones in balance. Parathyroid and thyroid as two halves, just working with equilibrium. Just passing our gaze through this gland on the symmetry of an infinity loop, as it also represents and symbolizes that perfect equilibrium. Just seeing that infinity loop inside this gland, inside of the two halves. Just all of our focus and intention on balance and equilibrium here in the thyroid gland. Okay, then sliding our hands over to the left side of this throat chakra, as it has two sides and it works with quite a wide circumference. So just taking our hands to the left side. Okay, tuning into the left side of the thyroid. And this specific side, this relates to which we do not say or express, okay? So let's just tune in to all those moments and times where we didn't say or speak our truth or held our expression. Sending energy to any of ripples that these events may have made to our thyroid. All those times we didn't stand up for ourselves, we didn't share our feelings or our perspective. Remember the breath flow. Excellent. In through the nose, out through the mouth, just recycling that prana. As I said earlier, so just remembering the impulse is to express something. It's an electromagnetic event, as everything is energy. If we suppress, it accumulates and energy is built up, which creates inflammation. That saying, better out than in, has very deep resonance with our throat chakra. It's very important to express these energies. So expression is our divine communication coming directly from our third eye, our crown. So tuning into those moments we did not say and stand up for ourselves, we didn't express what we should have. So let's just add some rotation, going anti-clockwise again, just rotating on the spot in that area where we've got our hands, collarbone, throat area. Soothing intention, self-nurturing, sending love and compassion to the left side of our throat chakra. Okay, and bring in some gentle tapping, because there's many meridians here on the collarbone. And also the tapping will just gently help unstick or untangle any of those frequencies which we do not need. Those moments and those events. Just tap them out. Just tap them out. Starting with gentle pressure and just increasing the strength which you tap with each breath or each pass. Try to move left further out towards the shoulder and coming back, because the throat chakra is quite a large circumference. Just tapping out, tapping back in, Tapping out, tapping back in. And just add a bit more pressure, just remaining within, applying no pain, just keeping the pressure to a reasonable level. Yeah. But try not to remain too soft either. Just try and go, fairly firm, but with no pain added. And just imagine those events and those traumas related around those non-expressional events, just tapped out, tapping away, lifting away, leaving this left side lighter and clearer. Okay, excellent. And then come back to soothing. Just soothing anything which remained lifted there. When you're ready, just go back to rotation, nurturing and soothing motions. Nice. And just seeing that left side of our body where the throat is shining and clear. If you have any other memories of these moments, just see them dissolving. Release yourselves from these moments. And have the intention from now on to speak your truth, to not hold back to your expression, to stand up for yourself all times. Okay, excellent, good work guys. And then we move over to the right side. So take your hands gently over to the right side. The right side of our chakra is of speaking but not being heard. Okay, it's slightly different. If there is stuck energy here, especially 6 to 8 inches off the right side of the body, it's often created where we have relationships where there may be a lot of arguing and it's being heard and not responded to in the correct manner or the compassion. It's when we're being heard and responded to that makes us powerful and helps us influence the world around us. It's by our words that we create our lives, and if we do not express the words that our hearts and mind generate, then we're not creating authentic lives. Be nice and say nice things to yourself and to others. Be kind. We are directly manifesting our world in front of us by our interaction with our chakras, and our throat chakra in particular, as it has our speech and expression. And start to see your speech and expression as a quantum electromagnetic event. A powerful thing. Speech has evolved and developed over many years, thousands of years. We respect this power we have. Just tuning in around this area, 6 to 8 inches from the center. Start the rotation, soothing, anti-clockwise, soothing and sending love and nurturing feelings and emotions into this right side. Those moments when we have arguing relationships, arguing with ourselves, beating ourselves up. Just tuning into those feelings and elements during this healing. Okay, and then moving into the tapping from your shoulder all the way back to the center and back out. Starting gently, then moving slowly towards firmness without pain. And just imagine the tapping is clearing any of those heavy electromagnetic energies from these events where we are speaking but not being heard, where we are arguing with ourselves and others. All these events are tapped out, dissolved, detached from our system and our throat chakra, freeing up our throat chakra. And then when you've gone back and forth a few times, and switch to the soothing again, sending love and compassion and nurturing emotions back to this area. And then just soothing and nurturing and sending our love to this area. Nice steady breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Always recycling the breath, recycling the energy. Also helps lift and purify as we do this work. Okay, just relax your arms for a moment. You can have your hands resting on your thighs, on your knees, just because there's quite a lot of time for the arms to be bent upwards. Just letting the muscles relax, letting those nerves stretch out. Nice steady breaths, just nice and soothing, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just tuning in, visualizing our blue throat chakra. Extreme light blue. See it rotating, vibrating and pulsating in harmony with the body, with no dark elements or heaviness, just sheer blue brilliance, encompassing everything from our ears to our shoulders and everything in between. A giant blue orb of energy. Okay, so let's move to the next one here. Let's pick up our blue crystals. What we could do here actually is just before we do that, we'll just stretch out the throat. So there's a lot of work there. So just moving our heads to the left. A few breaths in and out. Moving our necks to the other direction, to the right. A few breaths in through the nose and mouth. Moving them upwards, looking upwards, taking our head back. Moving them downwards, chins to our chest. Having a straight spine, chin to our chest. A few breaths here. Okay. And then some nice, easy, slow rotations. Move the head all the way around. Always rotating anti-clockwise, breaking ourselves free of time and the 3D energies, moving into the quantum realities of our multidimensionality. Okay, and when you finish that last rotation, taking the crystals, which we got ready earlier. Okay, placing it in the center of our left palm. And putting our right hand on top. Okay, so I'm going to give you the invocation and intention that we speak, because the crystal responds to our intention. This atomic structure connects to us and our words and our energy, and it has programmability. So we just say 3 times in our mind, for the highest and greatest good, I cleanse, remove this crystal of its previous program, its previous energies, for my highest and greatest good. And then repeat, for the highest and greatest good, I cleanse, remove previous program of this crystal for my highest and greatest good. And if you know the name of the crystal, you can say that in there rather than just crystal. And if not, crystal's fine. And just say for the 3rd time, for the highest and greatest good, I cleanse and remove any previous programs of this crystal for the highest and greatest good. So be it, so be it, so be it. And then just give it a shake. Just an action, just to reinforce that intention. Okay, so that's the cleansed crystal. Okay, so now with the same idea, we will program in the exact same way, and we will add the intention for our healing of our throat chakra. Okay, so the highest and greatest good, I empower, program this crystal for self-healing of my throat for the highest and greatest good. For the highest and greatest good, I empower and program this crystal for healing my throat for the highest and greatest good. For the highest and greatest good, I empower and program this crystal to heal my throat for the highest and greatest good. So be it, so be it, so be it. And just give it a shake. And just press your hands into it a bit firmly, just absorbing that intention and connecting with our energy. Okay. Okay, and then you may have felt, or you may feel, and it's fine if you don't, any kind of heat that might have built up through that process, and that connection is made to the crystal. Okay, so for me, because I've got a top on, I can see Jess, you've got a V-neck on. I normally stick it behind my collar like that, and it sits there. Okay, so what I would advise you to do is, why don't you see if can you lie down? Is it easy enough for you to lie down? Yeah, just so then you can just rest it here in that little area there. Yeah, you can just rest it there on your throat chakra. Okay, and we're only going to do this for 5 minutes, as the crystal healing is very powerful. And as we've already done a level of healing already, this is just another type of tapping in and tuning into that healing. And the crystal is intelligent, and its connection will be working at its own frequency, its own methods on the quantum level. Okay, and so all we're doing here, placing it on our throat chakra and just tuning in. And we can also keep our hands around there as well if we want to, because our hands are supercharged now. And why not? We can keep our hands around that area, around the throat chakra, adding more healing here. So just connecting, feeling the physical sensation of that crystal resting on our throat, on our skin. And just seeing in our mind, it's sat above our throat chakra, sat within the field of the throat chakra's vortex. So just tuning in and seeing your throat chakra as a blue orb, and then seeing that blue chakra and seeing the energies connect. You can visualize this as a beam of blue light connecting together, or two blue orbs sitting inside each other, and a relay of energy happening between them. It's just tuning in, and most part just relaxed, focus on your breathing, and I'm just going to count this for 5 minutes, and just relax, and just let the crystal do its thing, and just tuning into the throat chakra. Okay, I'll put a bit of music on actually for us. Nice easy breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just relax into this and trust in that connection you've made to the crystal. 5 minutes there. Just come back to the space, nice and easy. Coming back into your body, opening your eyes very slowly. And just taking that crystal off your throat and just hold it in your hands and just tune into the crystal, thank the crystal, see how it feels, see if there's any communication or feedback, feel if it's really hot, just interesting things that you can kind of tune into that and come out of that. And just see your throat chakra shining bright and blue, very expansive, with its diameter coming all the way from our ears, coming down to the collarbone. So with all the healing we've done today, there may be some free radicals floating about. Free radicals are excess electrons which are produced and left behind as healing occurs, as new cells are repaired, new cells are produced. There are these excess particles called electrons which are negatively charged, and they can just end up flowing around our body in our bloodstream, and they then can attach themselves to certain parts of our anatomy, and they can cause buildup of inflammation. So I've been recently tuning into adding this into the grounding process. So just imagine within our throat chakra, all that healing we've just done. And just imagine through all of this repair, there's all these tiny little electrons floating about. And just visualize them in our mind's eye, as tiny little yellow particles or tiny little circles with an E letter on them. And from our throat, they are in our bloodstream, and they may be flying around different places. Just imagine that our body for this moment and this practice, and only that we're positively charged, okay? And we will attract and collect all of these negatively charged free radicals. So see, just underneath our skin we have our lymphatic system, our body's drainage system of excess hormones and toxins, bacteria, and all sorts of things that we don't need get pumped out through the system. And throughout our body we have lymph nodes. These little centers are control points and exchanges for this lymphatic system. So see these lymphatic nodes as different parts of our body, and imagine they're positively charged. And through this action, they act as magnets and they bring in and magnetize all those free radical negative electrons, sucking them all up out of our system around our throat chakra and anywhere else they may be within our bloodstream, our blood circulatory system. Imagine our body as a giant ocean, giant water, a mass of water. And this ocean is positively charged. As our cells and our body is, I think it's over 85 to 90% water. So imagine this water is charged positive. And into these fluids, into these waters, those free radical negative particles are attracted to. And just imagine that ocean within, crashing waves towards those lymph nodes. Those lymph nodes are like underwater caverns, caves, or cliffs or mountains which come into the ocean, and they collect all of these negative ions, these free radicals, as they are dumped in these lymph nodes. And these lymph nodes collecting all of this free radicals, protecting our body from free radical damage after healing. Start to feel and have the intention of these nodes building up with these negatively charged free radicals. And then we're going to start body brushing, which is a type of lymphatic drainage massage. So very micro pressure, gently underneath our skin. We can start around our throat or hands. We can start with our hands. Start with the extremities, and just brushing the inside of our arms towards the heart. Slowly gesturing and asking the body and the lymphatic system to push this fluid towards the heart, and the heart will pump it out of our body as phlegm. Just do each hand, do each palm, all the way, armpits, lymph nodes in the armpits, lymph nodes at the wrists, lymph nodes at the elbow joint, armpits brushing towards chest, collarbone area, brushing in towards the heart, and the throat, brushing downwards towards the heart. Go all the way around your neck, do the back side of the neck as well, just gesturing, gently massaging towards the heart. You may start to actually feel in the back of your throat or in your nose this congestion. There could be something that wants to come out. Okay, and you can just do the face as well, from the forehead down. Do above the brows, the forehead, the brows, beneath the eyes, around the nose and cheekbones, and just bringing it all down towards the heart. top lip, pushing it all down, on our chin, on our jaw, bringing that all down towards the heart. Okay, and we'll just, from here, we'll go straight into quick ground. So just stay in the position you are. Just imagine roots growing out the bottom of our feet into the ground beneath us. Those roots burrowing through the surface of the earth, deep into its layers, embedding into the deep soils and rocks and minerals. And then start to see, and just have that intention of grounding energy, any of the excesses from our crown, around our scalp, third eye, our eyes, any excess heaviness just drifting and bringing down towards our legs and feet. Or our throat chakra in particular, as this is where we've worked today. Just imagine all of that heavy energy, anything that may still reside, anything that we've lifted off, which may be around in the field, coming down, moving down the chest, moving down the abdomen, coming into the legs, down the knees, down our calves and shins, into our ankles, coming to the soles, and flying out of those roots which we created. All that excess energy is gifted to the earth. And remember, nice easy breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, purifying our system, grounding any excess energy which may still be here. Tuning into those roots, connecting to the ground, see the excess energy flying down these roots into the earth's surface. Okay, and just stay connected in the grounding. Keep those roots activated as long as you need, as there's big work done there. Very focused and deep around the throat. You may need 5 or 10 minutes, just sit with it. Just keep visualizing all that excess energy going into the ground. Okay, I don't want to cut you guys short, you just go as long as you need. Make sure you drink plenty of water later on today after this session. Get a good night's rest. And I'll see you next time. And thank you for being here today, and I hope it was beneficial. Lots of love. We'll see you next time.